Here we are with the Volume 6 OP analysis. I can honestly say this is my favorite opening of the series. This one seems to have a lot of different meanings. I'm going to be going more over the images on screen over the actual lyrics of the song, but if I find that the lyrics work with what's on screen, I'll bring it up. The OP opens on a gorgeously animated clip of Ruby's weapon opening up from a sniper rifle to Scythe with an electric guitar rocking in the background. It zooms out to the rest of Team RWBY jumping into frame one by one. I was trying to figure out if there was any sort of reason for them to be jumping into frame as RBYW and not RWBY, but the most that I can come up with is that Weiss may have a big part in what's going to go on in this volume, seeing as she's from Atlas and she has a lot of drama going on there. Notice how she blocks out the rest of the cast, taking up the whole frame. Her conjuring up the ice is a nice segue into the shot of the moon and the title card, which if you flip it upside down kind of looks like the tips of rose petals, but that may be kind of a stretch. The music slows down and the title card breaks away, then immediately after the moon follows suit. Next there's a clip of Ruby chasing Weiss on the train. Blake looks genuinely happy to be there, watching them as if she's a mother watching her kids, while Yang seems distracted. Blake's happiness fades away once her teammates leave, and Yang looks away and out the window. At the last second we see Blake, we see that she turned to look out the window with Yang, but she only turns to look once Adam's face appears in the glass. They're both turning towards this image, an obvious hint that they're both still dealing with the trauma that he inflicted on them. Next, they're out in the snowy forest with the old woman, Maria Calavera, as we learn her name in the credits from the first episode and the preview of the second. It zooms in on her eye, and then it fades into Ruby's reflection with her eye. This scene either foreshadows that this woman knows about the Silver Eyes and Ruby will be getting all her information from this woman, or that she has or had Silver Eyes. She's obviously wearing futuristic goggles for a reason. In the sneak preview, she says that she's blind without her goggles because those goggles are her eyes. Whether her eyes were taken from her or she's lost them due to some other reason, who knows, but I doubt she'll let the same happen to a child. Ruby's eyes seem to widen as it fades into Crow being grabbed by grim arms, being pulled into the dark depths, his eyes closed and his face blank. There's a chance that Crow was somehow kidnapped, or this could be a metaphor to his depression. This is a stretch, but this flows in from the scene that was about Ruby's eyes, and he was really depressed when Summer died, but I don't know, it's probably the kidnapping thing. Burning red eyes shoot open, one after the other, as long, dark arms shoot out to grab our protagonist. She slashes them away with crescent rows, only for them to attack her again and again. The only thing in this shot that's bright and stands out from everyone else on screen is the relic, drawing our eye. The arms shoot out as if trying to grab it from her before she swipes them away. Also, referencing the song, when Ruby is fighting the Grimm, the lyrics are possibly referring to Ruby being born into the destiny of a silver-eyed warrior. Cut to a mysteriously cloaked figure walking down the street in the rain in Mistral. Everybody else has umbrellas to shield the rain away, but this character is purposely walking without one, slowly as if they have succumbed to their own negative feelings. They stare down, nothing catching their eye until a familiar black and red fedora floats by. There's a bright flash, and the hat blows off course. The person looks up and seems shocked, but ready to fight. Adam's blade slashes through the scene. This seems to be the scene where he's killed all the White Fang members that refuse to follow his orders. He's beginning to stand triumphantly and confidently, a small smile gracing his face as the frame starts to burn. This could represent how he still feels he is a confident leader fit to rule, living in denial that his world is slowly burning around him. He no longer has anybody to lead, and the flames are just getting stronger. These next shots just seem to be character cards to say, hey, these people will be in this volume too. Though I did notice something about Emerald and Mercury. While Mercury is looking forward with a grin, ready to take on what comes at him, Emerald is looking downwards as if she is contemplating something. Salem slides in looking angry as green smoke pushes into the shot. This is very reminiscent of The Wizard of Oz. The wizard used smoke as a projector to play a character, and for those of you who don't know, Ozpin is based off of the wizard. The smoke being green in the OP makes it more obvious that this was meant to represent Ozpin in some way. Also, I'm going to quickly be referencing the lyrics in the song. What is sung at this moment is more specifically, when You and Me is sung, Salem is fully in frame and starts screaming as if she's yelling directly at Ozpin, as if he has no right to act as if he is on a higher level than her, because they're in the same league. They're the same. The green smoke fills the entire scene, and when it disappears, there's a woman standing at the base of a statue of who I can only assume is Ozpin in a former life. I'm gonna make a crazy guess and say that this may be Salem before she went all... yeah. Then there's a shot of all of Ozpin's past lives, whizzing by until all that's left is Oscar, probably feeling insanely confused by all that was going on. Ozpin must have done something bad though, because Jean looks incredibly angry. Obviously, the shot with Crow is the battle from the first episode, but I want to talk about what's immediately after this. There's that hooded stranger again in a dark room getting attacked by an unknown entity. I believe it's fair to assume that this hooded figure is Cinder. She survived and she's laying low in Mistral. You can see a wrapped hand with claws that looks just like her Grim arm, and her sword looks almost identical to the one that she used to fight Jean and Raven. What I want to look more at is this frame right here. Look familiar? Who in the entire show uses a pink parasol to fight? I think it's obvious of what's to come. Whether it was an illusion or not, Neo gave Cinder the reason she's come back to kill her. This final action scene shows Team RWBY fighting the Manticore Grim. This scene is one shot, no cuts, of fluid animation. It's a great shot of how Team RWBY can work as one unit, each of their moves helping the other. You can see in this one tracking shot of RWBY how her teammates seem to appear out of her figure to help her and give her a clear shot. You see her slip on the snowy, icy train roof and drop Crescent Rose. Weiss projects a glyph exactly where she knows RWBY is going to be so that she can retrieve it and deal the final blow in just the nick of time. You can see that even after such a long time of not seeing each other that their teamwork is flawless. I think this OP was pretty great. There were layers of hidden meanings and messages, meaning that you had to watch it more than once to catch everything. I know that I said this 100 times, but I loved the animation, and how you can sometimes don't even realize something's changed until it's already gone. Everything's always more fun when you read too much into it anyway. What did you guys take away from this opening? Did I interpret something wrong? Am I an idiot? Probably. Tell me what you guys think is gonna happen in this volume just from the opening itself in the comments. Thanks for watching.